most of you already know me, but I feel as if I should introduce myself. My name is Ferris Turney, and I am the Salutatorian at Lindale High School. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Class of 2021 graduation ceremony. Before I begin, I would like to thank every one of you, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, for coming to this important event, especially those who have traveled for several hours to come and see us taking the next step in our lives. I'm honored to be speaking to all of you tonight and hope that even though I lack nearly any skill in public speaking, I can send a good message and inspire at least one person here. My only real experience in public speaking comes from the speech class I had to take in the 8th grade. And most of you might have known me as the quiet kid, and I know that my kindergarten teacher, Miss Thornhill, remembers my first day very well. I cried for most of the day, and my mom told me before I left that I was also the first kid that she had to hold. But looking back on it, that was really just a one-time thing and hasn't happened again. Every year I've gotten more and more used to school, and I've now acquired a sense of belonging, and it's become a home away from home. It's not the first day of kindergarten anymore, though, where we can cry like I did instead of doing work. Most of us, unless you have a summer birthday like me, are adults, and it's the end of our senior year and high school career. And to get an idea of what's possible in our futures, we must look back to see what we did in high school. Take a look at football. We haven't always done that well, but this year we did advance to the state finals, and that is something to be proud of. And look at UIL.
Look at that.
Our UIL teams, like science, coached by Mr. Walton and Miss Lyles, journalism, coached by Miss Morrow, and even though we didn't advance in the math events, they were coached by Miss Heron, and she worked just as hard as everyone else. And, well, there's a lot more things that I can talk about, but not really any of you want to sit through me listing out UIL results, and I don't really either, I'm going to be honest. So I'll leave it with, we are the 4A UIL academic state champions.
Yes.
And
Oh, come on,
And what that means, in short, is that we are good at setting records. And even though it's not really my job to talk about the future, you all should continue setting those records. Now I have a question, and it's rhetorical, please don't answer. What makes Lindale schools better than every other school in the area? Some of you might say it's a small town or the small class size, which is a good thing, but above all, I believe that the Lindale High School is so much better than everything else because of the education that they give us. Our teachers, staff, custodians, administrators, and others work so very hard to provide the best that they can to us. And even through these uncertain times with COVID, they have continued to do their best to guide us through our senior year. Not all of school has been a bad experience filled with homework assigned by crazy teachers. In fact, those teachers are part of what made these years so much better. For the rest of my life, I believe that some of my best memories and experiences will come from the classes I have been in high school. I'll never forget my second period construction class with Coach Phillips, or my sixth period class with Miss Herring, or any of my AP classes. Even though they were hard, they were fun. Or my 8th period DIM, or Digital Interactive Media class with Miss English. And that is kind of a special memory, so I'm going to go off on a tangent for a minute. So, one day there was a sub, and somebody brought Halo, and the entire class, almost, we played Halo. And then the next day, Miss English came around and checked everyone's assignments for progress. And somehow I managed to fake something. But that's something I'll never forget. And now that I've finished reminiscing about the past, I think I should also note a couple statistics the same way Ronick did a few years ago. As of 2018 and 2019, only 88% of U.S. high school students graduate, and you are a part of them, or not. In Texas, only 93% graduated, which is a little bit better, and you are also part of them. Now, all of you are a step ahead of that 12% or 7%, which is extremely important in the real world. We have not only earned our high school diplomas, but a diploma from the best high school in our area. Not everyone is given such a special opportunity to succeed in the real world like you have, and for that, you should truly be thankful. Now that I've made my two main points, like I do in any of my essays, I have to say goodbye, which for me is the hardest part. I've never been good with conclusions, and I'd never survive in an AP English class, but all good things must come to an end, and I think it's right that I leave you all with a quote from Henry David Thoreau that can hopefully motivate a few of you out there. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving those goals. While we are in the process of graduating from high school, I hope that all of you will understand me when I say that that isn't the most important part. The most important part, in my opinion, is what we have gone through to get here. Whether training for college or for the real world, the classes we have taken have prepared us for this next step. Thank you all again so very much for taking the time out of your day to come out and see us take the next step in our lives. And I hope with my limited speaking skills, I have conveyed a decent message and inspired a few of you while also reminiscing about these past years. Now, I hand it off to Braden Heiser, my good friend, and again, thank you. Is this okay? Okay.
I spent half of high school trying to avoid giving a speech. I just wanted top 10, but not top 2, so I wouldn't have to be here. That's why I was excited when ranked initially came out. I was 3rd, and that was perfect. But in the middle of sophomore year, I moved up to 2nd. Then I decided that if I'm going to give a speech, just go ahead and work for the best one, the Valedictorian. I put more effort into school and took harder classes. As you can see, it paid off. But I did not do it alone. I had teachers, friends, and family to push me to do the best I can. Mom, Dad, Brooke, and Granny, thank you for always giving me a reason to smile at home. The entire science department, especially Mrs. Lyles and Mr. Walton, thank you for helping me find a career and discovering what I enjoy. Ms. Herron and Coach Smith, thank you for always challenging me, even when I didn't want to be. My English teachers, thank you for showing me some of my favorite novels of all time. I truly do love them. And for the history department, I've always been surprised by how much I enjoyed each one of your classes, so thank you for keeping me engaged. Of course, I have to thank Mr. McKenzie and Mr. Fueler because they gave me my 2 favorite memories from high school with the college trips, and they helped me write the speech. My friends made sure I never burnt myself out on schoolwork and helped me enjoy classes even on the slow days. I'm glad I got to experience boys' parties, Starbucks nights, Castle House parties, and just quality time together. I know we're all going separate ways, but I hope to remain friends as best as we can. Thank you, Autumn, for always being someone to listen to me and always caring. It really does mean a lot. Thank you, class of 2021. We made it. We're here. However, this moment is about to pass. Everything is about to move a lot quicker than what we are used to, and that's okay. No matter what, I'll always be happy to grow up, graduate, and change the world with all of you. We all took very different paths to reach this point. Some of you are Lindale born and raised. You've been through pre-K up to senior year together. Some of you, like me, just moved here somewhere in between. I just hope everyone found something to enjoy in Lindale schools. I know it's been different for a lot of you, but some things are constant. We've had a lot of staff that we like leave LISD, like Coach Klein, Mrs. Payne, Mrs. Thompson, some of the Spanish teachers every year, Ms. Shively. Miss Shively, Mr. Strode, which is why there's so many mullets, Mrs. Beck, Mrs. Wheat, and more. And Coach Smith, but he came back for us. All of them realized they were ready for a change. Right now, that's being forced on us. We're about to experience something completely new to us, just like they did. I think it's exciting. However, that does not mean forgetting everything from high school. All of you here on the stage, on the field, and even in the stands help us have as close to a normal year despite these circumstances. And it was a really great year for Lindale. We excelled in football, soccer, volleyball, basketball, tennis, marching band, journalism, speech, and more. I helped with none of those. But we did break Argyle's streak of UIL academic championships that they've had since we were kindergartners. They may beat us in sports, but we beat them in academics. I did help out with that because I was on the science team. So thank you, Ms. Lyles and Mr. Walton, and Farron, and Andre and Troy. I don't know if Troy's here. I'll never regret spending my Saturdays at someone else's high school. I just hope everyone learns something through these competitions, because now we have to apply ourselves to the real world. If you cannot tell, it's very divided right now. Now, I'm not going to stand up here and tell you where to stand on each side, because I know most people just won't even listen to me. I just want people to become more active in politics and in the world. Find a cause that is important to you and do what you can to advance it. Let's leave the world in a better state than how we found it. To be fair, it's not going to be that hard. Obviously, we're all going on different paths, but we still need to respect each other no matter where we go. If you need some more education for yours, take it. If you can seize the opportunity right now, please do. However, that single goal is not your finish line of life. Adulthood will be very different for us in many ways that we can't even expect. In all honesty, just work to be the person you wanted to be in elementary school. Of course, the career might be different because not everyone can be spies, professional athletes, princesses, kings, veterinarians, or astronauts. But that's okay. There's something better for you out there. Let's just all leave this stadium with a new goal, because once we throw these caps in the air, everything will change. Hopefully we'll all have a class reunion in like 10 years and chat about how each one of us became a better person after high school and how none of us peaked during it. Unfortunately, I don't know how the next few decades will play out. I hope everything goes well, but as last year showed us, it rarely does. We have a lot of areas to work on locally and globally, but now it's our time to become adults and fix those problems ourselves. Find something that motivates you to challenge the world. Find something to be your legacy. We have finished the easy part of life. It's finally our time to make our own choices and explore the rest of the world without a guiding hand for once. So please, enjoy today, enjoy the week, even enjoy the rest of summer. But please be ready to be an active member of society and help out however you can, just like LISD taught you to. Thank you.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is my honor to welcome the friends and family of the class of 2021. To the students, we want to congratulate you on your accomplishments this past year. As you begin the new chapter in your life, remember this: your family and your community loves you, and we're always here for you. I just ask that God will continue to bless you on your new journey. Thank you.